Hello, and welcome to a presentation on electrical, electronic and computer engineering, or EECE for short, at Heriot-Watt University in Edinburgh. My name's Matthew Dunnigan. I'm an academic in EECE and I'm also the Deputy Head of EECE. The purpose of this presentation is to give you an idea about what EEC consists of, the great opportunities that will arise from you having a degree from EECE, and the great job opportunities that you will enjoy in the future. During the presentation, I will give outlines of our two main programs and also talk about the typical courses that you'll study in first year through to fifth year. So here we go. Of course, it's entirely appropriate to ask what an electrical and electronic engineer does after graduation. So typically they will work within an engineering company, and they will work both on an individual basis and as part of a larger team of engineers. And typically they will be involved in the design of new products or systems from scratch. So we'll need to apply the various design and theoretical principles that they learn during university to develop a product. Obviously, the product needs to be refined, and so it's a process of iteration between design and development. Once the product is built, perhaps as an electronic circuit or a complex piece of software code, it must be tested extensively to ensure that it meets the intended design specifications that were there from the outset. Once the product or system is released to the customer needs to have confidence that this product will be maintained through its intended lifetime, and so an engineer can be involved in the maintenance and continued refinement of that product during its life cycle. Electrical and electronic engineers can work in a wide variety of industries, and that's one of the most interesting features of what happens when you gain an electrical and electronic engineering degree. So for example, you may be interested in automotive engineering, you may be interested in developing the safety features of a system in a car. Increasingly, modern cars are relying more on complex embedded systems with advanced sensors and complex software. You may want to work in the defense sector and, for example, be involved in the latest design of radar systems. You may have a desire to work on the next generation of communication devices. And so, for example, as we move from 5G to 6G, there's exciting opportunities for engineers who are interested in telecommunications. The UK's electrical generation infrastructure is aging, and it needs a new generation of electrical engineers to maintain and develop the transmission and generation system. We're also obviously increasingly reliant on renewable energy sources, and wind, wave, solar must obviously be integrated into our existing transmission system. So there's considerable challenges there. You may be interested in the next generation of space satellites, and there's great opportunities there as well. So, what do you need to get a job? Well, essentially, there's two main types of degree we offer. We offer the 4-year Bng honours degree, and we also offer a 5-year Meng degree. And these degrees are offered in our two main programs, which I will go on to explain about. So although this slide looks quite complex and you may want to study it in depth later, we have two main programs, electrical and electronic engineering, and a rather newer degree program called Robotics, Automation and Interactive Systems. Here we see along horizontally, we see from year 1 to year 5. Remember, you can exit at year 4 with a Bachelor of Engineering degree. And you can see the main courses that are studied in each of the respective years. Now, I'm not going to concentrate on that. You can look at that yourselves. But what it's worth pointing out at this stage is that the robotics degree is a joint venture between EECE and computer science. And I'll say more about that when we look at the robotics degree in a future slide. At Heriot-Watt University, we're very proud of our distinctive degree programs, and a very important aspect of our degree programs is the amount of practical content, because we strongly believe that you learn by doing. You learn by trying out new electronic circuits, new pieces of software code on actual hardware. And this philosophy is embedded from year 1 right through to years 4 and 5, when you'll do group projects and also a major individual project. And of course, you must have a sound grasp of the underlying theory and methodology of electrical and electronic engineering, and we do that through our lectures and traditional labs. For example, here you see a robotic vehicle that we use in one of our first year courses. And this robotics vehicle is used to test out some of the programming skills that you learn during first year. Heriot-Watt University has recently invested a lot of money in new state-of-the-art teaching facilities. And here you see the new grid building, which has been open for about 2 years. And it's a beautiful new facility. It's extremely well equipped with computers and equipment for doing labs and projects. And it's called the Grid Building, which stands for Global Research, Innovation and Discovery. And this building is for the students to use to develop their skills and to learn. So now we talk in a little bit more detail about our two main courses. The first one's electrical and electronic engineering, and this is a traditional degree in the sense that years 1 to 3, all the courses are compulsory, because what you must do in years 1 to 3 is to develop the core skills in mathematics, circuit analysis, programming, that allow more advanced subjects to be taken in 4th and 5th year. And electrical and electronic engineering covers a very wide spectrum of courses. So you'll do power and high voltage engineering, you'll do electrical machines, you'll do signal and data analysis, you'll do computer hardware and circuit construction. And as I say, the courses in years 1 to 3 will look at that, and then in later years you can study some courses that you're perhaps more interested in. Now, most of the students that come to Heriot-Watt enter into first year. They can enter into second year if they've got good advanced hires or A-levels, or indeed good college qualifications, but nonetheless the majority of students come into first year. And many of the students are unsure about what particular branch of engineering or science they want to study. But we make the promise that if, for example, you start off in physics and you decide you want to do electrical and electronic engineering, at the end of first year that's possible. Likewise, if you start off with mechanical engineering, you can switch to electrical and electronic engineering at the end of first year. Now, this slide talks about what courses you'll do in first year. Now, if you've got a good advanced hires or A-levels, you'll have seen most of the mathematics before, you'll have seen most of the physics before, but we also have a number of courses where the material you will not have seen before. So we do a course in electrical and electronic engineering, which looks at circuit analysis, it looks at digital logic design. We have a course in mechanical engineering. We have a course in computer programming. And we have a very practically orientated course called Praxis, where you learn some electronic design, construction, and testing skills. And I think it's this reason that there's a lot of additional courses in first year that you won't have covered even if you've done A-levels or advanced hires, that the majority of students come into first year. Now in first year, we're very proud of a system that we have of small group tutorials. So you'll be divided into a group with about 7 students, and you'll meet with an academic member of staff for 1 hour per week, who will take you for a tutorial where you'll look at the fundamental electrical and electronic engineering material. And this gives you a good transition to university and life. You get to know the member of staff, and you also get to know a group of fellow students. In years 2, 3, 4, and 5, there's not much detail here. You can look at that in our syllabus if you want more detail. Essentially, we are developing the theoretical material further up to year 3. It's in the fundamentals of electrical and electronic engineering. You'll find yourself working with more advanced laboratory equipment. You'll start undertaking more complex projects, some of which will be individual and some of which will be group-based. In third year, we devote 25% of the third year to a group design project. So these groups are typically 5 or 6 students. They're set up to operate as a company. The groups are given a very loose set of design specifications, and then they've got to utilize the analog, digital, and programming skills that they've learned so far in the program to design a product. And during this course, the students utilize ideas that they've obtained through their business studies course as well. And this project's competitive, the groups compete against each other, and there's quite a lucrative prize available for the winning group at the end of the project. Now, if you're doing the 4-year Bng degree, you can then select your courses in 4th year. We've got a wide variety of topics from which you want to choose from, some of which are listed here. So you can concentrate in electrical power engineering if you want to. You can concentrate on communications and microwaves, or indeed you can just take a balanced set of courses if you're unsure about what sort of area you want to specialise in. And in your fourth year, you'll do a major individual project, which lasts the entire academic year. Now we have our second degree programme, Robotics, Autonomous and Interactive Systems. This is proving to be a very popular degree programme, as most universities do not offer such a degree programme. And this is a joint degree programme with computer science and ourselves. And in the first 3 years, the split is 50% electrical and electronic engineering and 50% computer science. In first year, it looks very much like first year electrical and electronic engineering, except you'll do more programming courses. In years 2 and 3, the split is 50% between electrical and electronic engineering and computer science. And then in years 4 and 5, you can specialise in computer science, you can specialise in electrical and electronic engineering, or you can continue to take a mix of courses in both subject areas. So that is up to you. The choice is there for you. And we have a wide range of course options in fourth year. We have over 20 course options from electrical and electronic engineering and computer science. So this is one of the advantages of having academic staff who are very research active and intensive. And so you'll find in fourth and fifth year courses that are really quite state-of-the-art courses and include the latest techniques and methods. The Bng degree is available in both EEE and robotics. It's very popular amongst the students because in terms of gaining a professional qualification, such as membership of the IET professional body, they are looking for an Bng degree level. So years 1 to 3 are exactly the same as for the Bachelor of Engineering. Years 4 and 5 are different. You do additional management and a maths course, and you also do a major group project in fourth year, followed by a major individual project in fifth year that actually happens. The start of it is between fourth and fifth year, and many of our students do an industrial project. And this is a great advantage. The students, during their Bng industrial placements, are paid a salary, typically 2/3 of what a graduate engineer would get paid, so that's excellent. And also the academic staff through the years have built up some very good relationship with both local, national and international companies, and so our students are able to benefit from this and can often gain placements within one of these companies. And here you see some of the companies that our Bng students have been placed at, but that's only a fraction of the companies where students have been placed at. It may be that as Heriot-Watt University is a global university, you may want to spend some of your time studying away from Edinburgh, and so typically you could spend a semester in Malaysia or indeed a semester in Dubai. The choice is yours, or you may just want to stay in Edinburgh, of course. Why would you do electrical and electronic engineering or robotics? Well, as well as being a fascinating subject to study, the subject is always evolving. You need to keep continually self-educating yourself if you want to keep up with the pace of development. It's a very interesting job. It can take you all over the world if that's one of the aspects you're interested in. But as this chart shows, it's also extremely well paid. And you can see engineering is placed second, just behind medicine in terms of um, average annual wage. So, as well as becoming a professional engineer and being involved in extremely interesting work, you can be very well paid as well. And the other thing to say is that the majority of our students find gainful employment 6 months after graduating. So the statistics in that respect are excellent for engineering students graduating from Heriot-Watt. Now, during your time at Heriot-Watt University, doing one of our degree programs, you will be taught by our academic staff, of which we've got a large cohort. We've typically got about 36 academic staff at the moment. These staff, as well as being able to demonstrate excellence in teaching, also can demonstrate excellence in research. And you can take advantage of that because these academics are aware of the latest developments in the various fields across electrical, electronic, and robotics. And we have staff that really span all the major areas of interest. And to prove to you that we are excellent at research, at the last research assessment exercise, which the government undertakes every 6 or 7 years, general engineering at Heriot-Watt, together with Edinburgh University, because we made a joint submission with Edinburgh University, was ranked first in the UK in terms of the power rating. So we were ranked ahead of Cambridge and Oxford universities. So we're very good at what we do. And just to reinforce the fact that we're good at teaching, this was an extract from the Sunday Times Good University Guide 2021 for electrical and electronic engineering. So again, this is a survey or guide that a lot of prospective students use, and the Sunday Times Guide is very influential and well regarded. So in electrical and electronic engineering, we were rated first in Scotland and fourth in the UK. And in this table, you can see there we are, with Cambridge being ranked first. So you can see that Heriot-Watt University, in terms of electrical and electronic engineering and robotics, is an excellent place both to study. You've got great access to fantastic equipment facilities, excellent academic staff, and you will leave with excellent employment opportunities. Thank you very much for listening.